lost at sea. A ship! Help! They'll never hear him, but...
I've seen a lot of things in my life, but I have no idea who this is. Today, let's dive into the biggest mystery nobody is talking about. Strap on your seatbelts. This is gonna be a wild ride. Everyone loves Cocoa Puffs, until you realize they look almost identical to rabbit poop. I'm sorry, but who cares about that? There's a reason the cereal has stuck around today, and why you see it on shelves pretty much everywhere you go. While it may not have variety in terms of what's actually in the box, I mean, it's just chocolate, people still like the taste. On every Cocoa Puffs box is a special bird character who does his best to advertise the product. He officially goes by the name Sonny the Cuckoo Bird, and he was introduced to the world all the way back in the early 60s.
This is a cuckoo bird.
Puff, puff, Cocoa Puffs, yum, yum, yum. Puff.
Want to have some fun?
Puff, yum,
Watch.
Yum, yum. Oh, wee. Watch out because I'm Cocoa Puff, Cocoa Puff.
If we were to compare his appearance and overall Cocoa Puffs marketing between then and now, you'd find some differences. Today, everyone knows about the commercials where he goes absolutely insane over Cocoa Puffs, which is understandable because that's literally his catchphrase. There's always a simple task involved, and by the end of each commercial today, he would hear about the cereal and things would get out of hand. Don't get me wrong, this concept has stuck around ever since the first few times he appeared on TV, but not in the same exact way. You see, around the time of his debut, there was someone else within the Cocoa Puffs universe that almost disappeared forever. He's a character that has little to no information available online. Anyone growing up in the last 20 years may not know much about him, or even that he exists at all. That's where we get to the man, the myth, the legend, Gramps! Based on the name alone, it's easy to understand the relationship between him and Sonny. Both of them share a strong family bond, and here's a fun fact for you. This is where the mascot actually got his name. Gramps always called him Sonny in the earlier days, and I guess it was good enough to stick.
How do we get here?
Cocoa Puffs, Sonny, from Cocoa Puffs.
Throughout advertisements, Gramps would wear a suit and hat. Being that he was older and wiser than the Cuckoo Bird mascot, Gramps watched over Sonny and saw him grow up through the years. These 1960s commercials were uploaded by Cartoon Brew, and they feature the dynamic duo in action. It's something you really don't expect to see, especially knowing that most modern commercials feature Sonny and Sonny alone. These old-timey commercials would have Sonny and Gramps coming face to face with a problem. It could really be anything, and you'd find them in a wide variety of colorful environments, like, say, a merry-go-round.
Gee, Gramps, this is fun. Only this merry-go-round is too slow.
I'll speed things up, 'cause Sonny can't resist Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs make breakfast taste like chocolate. Hold on tight.
The next step was for Gramps to feed Sonny his one ultimate desire. Yes, the legendary box that cures all problems in the universe. Well, maybe not that big, but they were using this idea for more people to buy. Whether you like him or not, Gramps brought something unique to the world of Cocoa Puffs. He acted as an interesting balance with the bird mascot, and he would play a very significant role in the years to come. Another way of advertising back then was print media. It was honestly a strong way to get everyone's attention long ago. There would be fun adventures featuring the two birds, once again with the same unique dynamic. While their relationship stayed the same, things would need to be changed for this new medium. Instead of a problem they faced being solved with Cocoa Puffs as usual, these comics brought up simple gags. After each joke, Gramps would take out the cereal box and give it to Sonny, who goes crazy like he always does. These may not have been anything extraordinary, but they do give you a deeper window into the relationship between grandpa and grandson. Sadly, nothing can last forever. At some point in the 1970s, Gramps was gone. He suddenly wasn't referenced in commercials, and the decades moved on with none of him in sight. While I don't think a reason was revealed as to why this decision was made, maybe it was something as simple as focusing on Sonny. You can't let things get complicated, and by only showing ads surrounding the main Cocoa Puffs mascot, there's more time to develop him. Gramps was officially gone, and it seemed like he would never return. Or so we thought. While this obscure character hasn't been seen in at least 30 to 40 years, he suddenly came back out of absolutely nowhere.
To keep Sonny from going cuckoo, I'm gonna hide Cocoa Puffs in this room.
Gramps?
I'm not hiding Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs?
Don't go cuckoo on me, boy. I'm not cuckoo. Don't open that door then, 'cause there's munchy, crunchy, chocolatey Cocoa Puffs in there.
He narrowly escaped his fate of being one of the long-forgotten mascots of the past, and it was awesome. Advertising Week 360 shed some light on the return. Gramps went on hiatus in the early 1970s, but we've uncovered this bird's whereabouts with the help of Pat Giles, Chief Operating Officer at Danger Pigeon Studios, who helped bring him back into the spotlight. In 2010, Gramps made his return to TV under the supervision of Giles, then the creative director at Saatchi & Saatchi. While most people would assume that Gramps was brought back for strategic reasons or because of a focus group, Giles insists that he came back for one simple reason. He was funny. He was the best foil for that character. We all looked at the classic spots and agreed there was something really magical about their chemistry, Giles says. With a massive gap like this one, it was only natural that Gramps was updated with a cleaner look. He still wore a suit like in the 60s and 70s, but he felt a bit more sophisticated than before. Now in the early 2000s, Sonny went through a major design change of his own, which took away his striped shirt. I think it's nice that they didn't also make Gramps naked. That would just be weird. With one wearing a suit and the other not wearing anything, it's a lot easier to distinguish between the two.
Cuckoo Court now in session.
Steelmonger, you've got to keep Cocoa Puffs away from me!
But why?
It turns everything chocolatey, and they make me go cuckoo.
Well, they're munchy and crunchy.
Oh, Cocoa Puffs!
Chocolate in the corn.
See? I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs!
For new viewers who didn't grow up with the original commercials, this design also worked because it showed that Gramps was mature. He was much different than Sonny. I think it's worth mentioning that the modern commercials followed a different formula than the duo's earlier adventures. This time, they didn't really come across a random problem in the wild that had to be solved with Cocoa Puffs. Instead, they were just in basic situations and always listed off the key features of the cereal. Either way, seeing this long-forgotten character make a comeback was interesting, and yeah, I think Sonny and Gramps worked well off of each other. Still, Gramps' return seemed relatively short-lived. Just a few of his commercials are available online, but it looks like the company is back to focusing on Sonny, as opposed to both of these guys. At the end of the day, it's cool to know that a character managed to survive the eternal hiatus. He was nearly gone for good, then came back when the world needed him most. While his return was really brief, there's still a part of Gramps that lives on today in every Cocoa Puffs commercial. Like I said earlier, the name Sonny comes straight from Gramps, so when you call him that, it's like a reminder that Gramps does exist. The next time you see a box at the store, you'll recognize Sonny like always, but never forget about Gramps. He disappeared for decades, came back, and then disappeared again, but his sacrifice will not be in vain. Gramps, you're a legend. But anyway, that's all for this video. Subscribe for more awesome cartoon videos. Give a thumbs up and comment below, let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.